Hello, hello. It's Coach Miley with MyTrainer.com, and I have a new playlist for us on the YouTube channel. So our new playlist is Stretches for Stress. And I wanted to introduce you to some of the topics first so that once the videos started playing, you could just kind of get into the videos and the stretches. But this is kind of the backstory on why I want you to do these specific stretches. And I thought we'd be outside today because it was really nice outside. So this is going to be perfect for like midday, maybe in an office setting or wherever you are. I wanted you to be able to have some exercises that you could do, like if you were seated at your desk or just anywhere that you are. So the idea, and I've shared this before in other videos, the idea is that we're carrying stress physically in our bodies. And a lot of times where we're going to carry the stress is through the chest. And so the idea is if we can stretch the chest and drop the traps and even stretch some of the biceps and our grip, this upper body, then it's going to help relieve some of those symptoms. In some following videos, I'm going to show you some more things you can do, like with foam roller and other tools also. But today we are going to be stretching specific. And I am going to show you one stretch for like the midsection and hips. Okay? So, the first thing I want you to be conscious of is that where your shoulders are, essentially. So, the first thing I want you to think about when you're taking this little stretching break is whether or not you're holding your traps up. If you're holding your traps up, then you're engaging them. And the first thing we want to do is let those drop down, okay? Now the next thing, and I'm going to sit sideways to show you, is that we might have ourselves rolled forward. And any type of work that you're doing during the day, my camera is shaking, any type of work that you're doing during the day, and anything out in front of you, or holding children, or picking things up, that's all going to contribute to the chest muscles shortening and pulling you forward into this state. And this state here is almost like the fetal position. We have a shortened neck, we have a tight chest, and then we might have that hunched thing happening. So we might be, I'm exaggerating it, but we might be sitting here during the day like this. So the first thing is dropping those traps, but then we want to open up the chest, okay? So if you see yourself, like if you were to take a picture and you see that your shoulders are always rolled in and you always kind of feel like you're fighting that, then it's very possible that your back muscles are weak, especially in between the shoulder blades, and that your chest is over tight and it's pulling them forward. And so the stretches that we're going to do are going to be to help drop those traps, open up the chest, and in addition to opening up the chest, the next things that might be tight in the upper body are going to be the biceps. If you look at yourself from the side and you see that your arms are kind of here, like when you try to put them at the side, they're not down at the side, but they're more kind of here naturally, then you're going to really know that you have some tightness in the biceps also. And then another place that we get really tight is through the forearms and through the wrist, especially if we're typing. Okay? So the upper body stretches that we're going to do in this playlist are going to be to help loosen up all of this, dropping the traps, opening the chest, stretching the biceps. There's going to be triceps too, but then also in the wrists. Okay? So the idea here is that instead of you being curved and shortened and like this, we want everything to open up, and we want to be able to have our arms down at our sides. Now, stretching is not the only way to make this happen. We are going to need to do some extra strengthening things to help kind of counterbalance that, and I will be releasing a program that helps you to do all of those things. But let's first get the stretching down, because that's going to give you the immediate kind of relief. And the more you do the stretching, then the more it's going to help you to get out of that fetal position. So the theory is that if our body is over tightened and it is in that fetal position, or if we're anxious and we're feeling stressed, we'll naturally go that way. So whether it's because your muscles are over tightened because of your day or because of the stress itself, the acute stress, the idea is that if your body's in that fetal position, it's going to continue that stress cycle. So what we want to do is try to break you out of that stress cycle by actually physically breaking you out of the fetal position. Okay? So briefly, I'm going to show you the hips because that's going to be our last stretch. Also in the fetal position, if you think of it, you'll think that like the legs would be closed up in the fetal position, right? And so those hip flexors are going to contribute to our stress also. And when we're seated or when we're walking, those are getting over tightened as well. Okay? So you're going to see a couple different stretches on your playlist for also the hips. And they're going to be looking like one leg back and pushing the hips forward. And there's ways to do this on a ball, on a chair, or standing. Okay? So I'm going to have those options for you. And what I want you to do is just ask me any questions that you have and then click the links below to get the playlist. Okay? So whatever platform you're on, you're going to have a way to click a link, and that's where you're going to find that playlist. If you can't find it, then I want you to tell me. Okay? So send me a message and then I'll help you get to it. Okay, now let me know if you have questions. We're going to have more videos coming in the next couple weeks. Okay, bye.